churches are there to help everyone, but really a church needs to focus on their internal family, how to help their members. And, you know, that's just something that a church should do. Plus, you know, so to reach out to a family that necessarily wasn't a member of your church family yet, it was just proof, another sign how God is working in our life, that this is the direction He wanted us to go. This is the family that we needed to go be a part of. My life before 2RC, very chaotic. I was very involved with everything. From school, I was on the board, you know, for the parent board, for the school, for my kids. And I was also serving a lot at a church. I was always between one meeting and the next, always to try to help my family, but I found out that I was away from home more than I was at home. I just realized I needed to settle things down a little bit, you know, and then I had prayed for God to find a way to use me to spread His word, and, you know, pray for patience, because I didn't have very much, and then that's when I found out that, you know, I was pregnant with Jaden, because we were good with 2 children, but she's our blessed surprise. She is another reason you know, it's proof that God knows what He's doing, because before that, like I said, I didn't know how to take it easy. I never settled down, so getting pregnant and being really sick the whole time, and then finding afterwards that, you know, that the whole tough pregnancy and the first year of nursing her, realizing that I had the cancer the whole time, and nobody figured it out. That in itself, you know, obviously helped calm me down, realize that, you know, that my life needed to change. So after I had her, I continued to be in pain. And they, again, thought it was because of the pregnancy and that I was nursing, that everything was, you know, just acting up because of that. But finally, I got a hold of somebody that would listen to me, a nurse practitioner. I had told her, explain everything going on, and so she sent me to a specialist, and that's when they found the mass, which at this point was so large that obviously I couldn't function properly. So they had to remove it and realize that it had gone into the lymph nodes at this point. If we had caught it earlier, I probably wouldn't be as sick as I am right now. After the surgeries and my initial round of chemo, which was real tough, the first scan after the chemo, I was cleared. They couldn't find anything. Then they do a 6-month check. Well, I had failed that check. They had found tumors in the lungs. So I went on a treatment because at this point there is not a cure for how advanced my cancer is. There is not a cure, but just treatment to keep it at bay, which is done so. So I was on a particular very low, not so many side effects for a year. That stopped to work because the tumors were growing in the lungs. Meanwhile, they're very tiny, but they were starting to cause a little bit of problems. So I chose to take a path to have them surgically removed. So this year, in 2012, starting in February, I had my first lung surgery to remove the tumors in the right lung. Then on April, I chose to do the other lung. So they removed the tumors from there. And then I started to do the chemo treatments again, which are harsher. So I get pretty sick from them. But then at the beginning of the summer, scar tissue that had, because backtracking a little bit, at the beginning I had to have, before the first surgery, I had to have radiation and chemo to shrink the tumor for them to take it out. Well, this summer found out that the radiation has caused a lot more damage than originally found. The radiation itself has caused other issues besides the cancer that I'm trying to fix. But it caused some scar tissue and stuff like that in the small intestine. So I ended up getting really sick after chemo treatment, so they had to go in and do a small intestinal bypass to correct that. That was probably the most serious, as sick as I've been, probably the most serious situation that I've been in this whole thing. Got real sick and had to have the emergency surgery this summer. And then after that, you know, that was July 7th that I had that surgery. So it hasn't been that long. So started the chemo up again, and I will be adding another chemo to this next week. So you know, it's been tough, but right now that's where we're at. So it's basically is through my system, through the whole body, but we're keeping it, trying to slow the growth down with this treatment. Hopefully, within the next couple of years, there's a promising medication that they have that might be more curative rather than treating. Basically, in paper, if you want to say, as far as the doctors are concerned, I guess I would consider terminal. So it's just a matter of how long I can fight it, you know, or how long I can take the chemo, how long I can, you know, handle the medication to handle this emotionally, or, you know, on paper eventually the big C is supposed to beat me, but I refuse to believe that. I don't know, I in my heart choose to believe that God will take this away from me. There's just one thing I've always told them is, don't give me an expiration date. Don't tell me how long you think I have. I'm not interested in it because God didn't give me one. So we're going to leave that to Him. That's my little joke with the oncologist. So, you know, there's different opinions out there. This treatment that I'm on, which is every other week, is supposed to be, it's an indefinite treatment. It's supposed to be for whatever length of time that I have or that I can handle it. Well, at this point, it's been going on so long and I've been so sick that I need some quality. If truly this is, you know, something that is supposed to, you know, take me, or however you want to phrase it, I want quality with my family rather than quantity. So I'm struggling with this decision. I've given it till November, December, and I'm trying to make it that far. You know, it is a struggle emotionally, and I have my bad days, and everybody always thinks I'm so positive when, you know, I'm really not. Of course, you know, I have my whiny moments, my crying, my whoa-ho, boo-hoo with me, you know, but I'm going to make a decision in November, December, you know, depending on what the scans say, whether to continue or to stop treatment and just see where God takes me, you know. So, I'm sorry. My biggest thing was, sorry, the thought of not being here for my children and my husband. That's what set me down in the depression. Not even me. That. Because I knew how serious it was. That's probably the most thing is I know I'm going to be okay regardless. If it's His plan that this is what takes me or whatever, I'm okay because I know I go home. I know I'm with Him. But I want to stay with my family. You know, that's the selfish me. So, of course, my ultimate goal is that He chooses to take this away. Because I want to stay here to see my kids grow up. And just recently, the fact that I was able to see my 4-year-old start pre-K4, which I didn't think that I might be here for that. That's just, every step taken is just a miracle to me. And the fact that many people can't tell I'm sick and how sick I am. is just a miracle in itself. It just shows how much God is working through my life, because I'm allowing Him to, because I need Him. I never expect anything. It's not like I've never asked for help. I've never, 2RC reached out to us, and I'm not saying that I never. People did reach out to me from, where I was attending. There were some, but not to the magnitude that 2RC did. It drew my attention. I knew that that's where I belonged, that I needed to. That's the emotion that allowed to me, that's where the Lord was leading me. So when people started reaching out to me, people I didn't even know, it was an overwhelming feeling. And the care and the people that came to my house, or even came to the hospital to visit me. I mean, they even brought me a pillowcase to put on the hospital pillow to make me feel a little more comfortable. I mean, it's little things like that. It just drew me in. That's my reaction. I knew that I needed to go there, because I was loved before even being known, and that's rare. It's rare. I ended up meeting my friend Lily there, and and I guess she had shared my story. I say my, but really it's a family story, because it affects everyone. And then all of a sudden I got an email. I don't even know if it was 2 weeks later from my first time there, but it wasn't very long, because I had been in the hospital with my lung surgery. So my second one, which was April. But before that, I knew that they had started the meals coming to the house. And then somehow the parents at my children's school connected with the same website. So, when I was treatment, or when I went down into Miami for my surgeries, my family was getting dinners from people that I had never met. And I have since met. And the people that have been brought into my life just from me having this disease, just wonderful, wonderful people, and they have been bringing dinners since, I would say, about March, and continue to do that through my surgeries and the future treatments. I mean, there's already future plans for it. So, I mean, the time frame, it was very good. The reach out, the caring, the love, it's just been amazing how much people really care. Before I got sick, I guess I didn't have a lot of hope in people. I would notice the bad more than the good. And you know what? Getting sick, I just realized there are so many people reach out to help me, from beginning to now. And the good out there is just, there's so many good people out there. Then come to find out, maybe a month after the meal started, which I'm just throwing that out there, I don't remember exactly. I heard that the prayer groups, it started with the men's prayer group, that they were, they had heard about it, and they decided to start saving up money to help put a roof on our house. And then I guess the women's prayer group heard about it, so then there was I don't know if I'm allowed to say names. There was a woman that knew a roofer who she had called them, and they said that the owner said that they would match what they saved up to help put a roof on there. So in the end, it was the small groups and Paul Baines Roofing that really helped us, you know, out. They put a new roof on our house, you know, which, there again, another miracle sent from God. I mean, who gets a new roof? You know? So, you know, you just, another episode, another chapter in our life where my family and friends have seen the miracles of God. So getting sick not only had to humble me, but it also, I had to reevaluate life. Exactly, you know, right from wrong, or what really is faith and trusting God. Because as much as I thought I was trusting God, I really was taking too much in my own hands and not really giving it to Him. So this has taught me, with a lot of discipline. It took a lot of praying and discipline to get to the point where I'm at now. Because when I first found out how sick I was, you know, you get in a slump, and it's a depression that's really hard to get out of. I had to pray my way out of it. I had to truly give it to God in order to, and until you really truly give something to God, you will not find your way out. You won't see that light. And this, as much as I hate it and I want to get rid of it, I'm done. And especially this past summer, I've been declining in health, and but I'm still happy. I'm still, you know, get up, smile every day, look in the mirror, say I'm healed. I have a little mirror that says you are healed on it. You know, you look in that, you know, it just, it's discipline. Faith in itself is discipline, to really listen to God and to do what He wants you to do. As much as I'm ready for this to be over, I think I myself, as well as some others that I've seen around me, this has changed. So if I could save myself, and if one other person found the Lord through my and my family's story, then it's worth it. I wouldn't change it. I would do it again. Because I guess, you know.
Man, it's so cool to see the way God has shown up in Dawn's life and exactly how she's responded to the storm that's come her way. We love hearing stories like that. Well, hey, my name is Carson Pedraza, and I'm so glad you decided to join us online this morning at Two Rivers Church. Before you go, I have a couple things I'd love to share with you. The very first one is Quiet Waters. Quiet Waters